Bill O'Reilly here, Wednesday, July 13th, 2022. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. Clean energy failing in Texas. The U.S. military kills a top ISIS commander. Twitter suing Elon Musk. A new study ranks the richest counties in the USA. Also ahead, President Biden's biggest blunder. But first, high temperatures in Texas causing brownouts and other electrical problems. Wind power is being sidelined as more residents return to fossil fuels. Wind turbines typically supply 15% of the Lone Star State's energy needs. The towers are now generating less than 1/10 of their capacity because there isn't any wind. In total, Texas has 150 clean energy farms, more than any other state, but they are not working very well. A U.S. airstrike in northwest Syria, eliminating a senior ISIS leader. The attack killed one of the top commanders of the terror network. The Pentagon releasing a statement shortly after, quote, "The removal of this ISIS leader will disrupt the terrorist organization's ability to further plot and carry out global attacks," unquote. The Islamic State remains active in at least a dozen countries, including Afghanistan. The drone assassination of that ISIS leader is chronicled in a general sense in my best-selling book, Killing the Killers. We tell you how it is done. Twitter filing a lawsuit against billionaire Elon Musk, who is attempting to back out of his $44 billion proposed bid to take over the company. Executives at Twitter say his refusal to honor obligations will severely damage the corporation's stock. Musk claims the social media platform is concealing information about fake accounts, political censorship, and other violations of its policy. This one will head to federal court. Report from U.S. News and World Report lists the wealthiest counties in the country. Places are ranked by income, home value, property taxes, total assets. Top 10, Nassau County, New York, Marin County, California, Arlington, Virginia, just outside D.C., Santa Clara, California. The wealthiest zip code, Loudoun County, Virginia. The median household income there, $150,000 a year. The poorest place in America, Wheeler County, Georgia. In a moment, many Americans are poorer because of Joe Biden. A commentary next.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-351-4596. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-351-4596. 800-351-4596. 800-351-4596.
Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. President Biden's biggest blunder, diminishing the U.S. energy industry. So now he has to deal with the sheikhs of Saudi Arabia. Some facts. Saudi Arabia produces the most oil of all the OPEC countries, generating 12.5 million barrels each day. Total population of the kingdom, 34 million. The Saudi government is officially an Islamic state ruled by a king and crown princes. There is no legislature or parliament there. Saudi Arabia exists as a totalitarian state. There's no freedom of religion, press, assembly, or speech. Journalists and political opponents are routinely detained, some even killed. But as we know, in the Middle East, oil is king, and Mr. Biden needs the price of oil to drop, so he is going to Saudi Arabia to deal with people he despises, hoping he can make some kind of deal. Now, why does Biden dislike Saudi Arabia? Well, in October 2018, a Saudi dissident and columnist, freelance for the Washington Post, named Jamal Khashoggi, was lured into the Saudi embassy in Istanbul, Turkey, and assassinated. He was strangled and dismembered, got worldwide headlines. Nevertheless, President Biden's going over there to talk with the man who allegedly ordered that assassination. Now, there are currently 13 OPEC members: Algeria, Angola, Congo, Guinea, Gabon, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Libya, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Venezuela. Some of those countries, as you know, hate America. Biden's visit, if you want to be honest about it, and I always do, is embarrassing. Why is it necessary? Because during his first week in the White House, Joe Biden suspended all new oil and natural gas leases on federal land. Then he openly endorsed the Green New Deal and called for the USA to be completely powered by clean energy no later than 2050. The result? Gas prices surged. The average gas price under Trump, $2.47 in the 4 years. The average gas price under Biden, $4.10. And those higher prices led to everything going up. Thus, today we learn inflation is topping 9%. That means that each one of us has 9% less money than we did 2 years ago because of Joe Biden's foolish energy policy. And that is hammering the Democratic Party. And that is why Biden is in Saudi Arabia begging the sheikhs to harvest more oil. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. If you'd like more honest news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com. And I hope you consider my new best-selling book, Killing the Killers. In a moment, something you might not know.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-925-7584 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-925-7584. That's 800-925-7584. What do you have to lose? Call 800-925-7584. Again, 800-925-7584.
Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 37 years ago today, the world's biggest rock stars orchestrated an international concert to end global hunger. For 16 hours, musicians held simultaneous events in 15 different countries. Here is the story of Live Aid. It was the brainchild of Bob Geldof, the singer of an Irish rock group called Boomtown Rats. In 1984, Geldof traveled to Africa after hearing reports of a catastrophic famine in Ethiopia. And indeed, millions in Africa face starvation. Geldof returned to London and recruited Europe's top artists to record a fundraising single to ease world hunger with donations that would buy food. The supergroup consisted of members from U2, Duran Duran, and others. They released Do They Know It's Christmas in December, and that song remains the best-selling single in British history. The song also hit number 1 in the USA, and then the American pop artists came together to record their song, We Are the World, featuring Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, Bruce Springsteen, Paul Simon, Tina Turner, Bob Dylan, and Stevie Wonder, among others. In total, both songs raised $60 million to fight the famine in Africa. But the crisis continued in Ethiopia. So Geldof proposed Live Aid, a giant global charity. Organized in less than 2 months, Live Aid was launched on Saturday, July 13th, 1985. The lineup featured more than 75 acts, including Elton John, Queen, Madonna, Sting, the Beach Boys, Mick Jagger, David Bowie, U2, The Who. The artists perform at Wembley Arena in London and Philadelphia's JFK Stadium. Satellites beamed a live TV broadcast of the event to more than 1 billion viewers worldwide. 40 different nations held telethons for famine relief. Live Aid ultimately raised $150 million in direct money for Africa. Geldof was later knighted by the Queen for his efforts, but tragically, and this always happens, a lot of the $150 million was stolen. Back after this.
Ad paid for by the Victims Justice Group. Attention military personnel, families, and civilians who were stationed or worked at Camp Lejeune from 1953 to 1987. If you or a loved one lived, served, or worked at Camp Lejeune, then you must listen to this message, as you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. The U.S. Senate recently passed a bill that will allow all those who lived or worked at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina for at least 30 days to seek justice for injuries caused by toxic water. If you or a loved one suffered injuries associated with the toxic water found at Camp Lejeune, including cancer, multiple myeloma, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's disease, adult leukemia, or aplastic anemia, then call us today for your free consultation. 800-527-4819. Don't wait. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. 800-527-4819. Call 800-527-4819. That's 800-527-4819.
Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.